Hello and greetings from Eastern Europe. My name is HD and this is the list of hack and slash isometric games that will hit our machines in the year 2020. This is a first part out of 2. And now do not skip my advertising. You may like what you hear. This video is sponsored by Eniba.com, amazing marketplace of video games for any platform. Also excellent Trustpilot score is the proof that you will get what you have ordered. But the greatest and most amazing part of Eniba is its prices. I was really surprised by many offers and discounts, some even go up to 90%. And you can make that 93% if you use my 3% discount code. Just enter cold beer and you'll get your games as cheap as possible. You'll find a link in the description below, check that out. Magic Legends. Here, in this MMORPG, you will be immersed in the acclaimed Magic multiverse as a powerful, spell-wielding planeswalker. Here you can choose from 5 different hero classes, and they are quite original, like Mind Mage or Geomancer. Other 3 classes are still hidden. I hope Vodka Bender will be among the rest of them. Here you'll need to cross various planes to save the multiverse as you control the chaos in real-time combat. This is not a fancy sentence. Here you'll have to choose the spells in your library very carefully, because they'll be drawn at random as you fight, and despite the fact that this is an MMO title, you can still play it alone. Or if you have friends, you can team up with up to 2 other players. Game will be free, but as a common wisdom say about free stuff, free is only cheese in the traps, and only for every second mouse. Think about that. Waltzen. Game is in early access since 2016, so those people who bought the game back then are waiting for full release 4 years now. This is a player who bought Waltzen in 2016, see how happy and young he is? And this is the same player now. Feel old yet? But today we kinda have a date, it's February 13, and we will get full game release. Can you believe that?
I know, unbelievable.
I can't. I just can't. I will believe it only when I'll get my filthy fingers on it. Oh boy, look at this game, it looks gorgeous, and after all those years, we can finally play the full version, where we can slay the shit out of the evil armies without any restrictions whatsoever. Augsburg. This is a cooperative survival action game where you must team up to survive against the hordes of infected that have decided to settle down in a little town of Augsburg. Well, to be fair, if your town is named like that, I wouldn't expect that something bright happens in the future. Anyway, here you will assume the role of one of the heroic survivors or join the ranks of the devious revenants, each with their own unique skills and personalities, and master their abilities in a struggle against overwhelming odds. Also here you will find a PvP mode where you can spend a lot of time gearing up, spending hours and hours of your time, and then pathetically lose to someone 2 times younger than you are. Tribes of Midgard. This is a cooperative survival game in which players must resist the oncoming invasion of giants during Ragnarok, latter meaning the end of the world in Viking language. Here you'll need to explore the wilderness to craft new weapons and be prepared to defend the sacred center of your village from the grim shadows. All the while, a giant of Jotunheim stalks closer to your village, seeking to destroy Midgard and fulfill the prophecy so he could proudly say to you,
Welcome to the end of the world.
So, basically, this is a Norse mythology game where you can gather a group up to 10 people and try to survive in this procedurally generated world. Last Epoch. Game takes us to the fantastic land of Etera, which is devoured by a dark force called the Void. Its frightened inhabitants hid in the underground city. Fortunately, not everything is still lost. The main character, who is one of the survivors, goes in search of the artifact, which will allow him to travel in time. Game looks really great. I like the graphic style, colors, and some really original looking enemies. Game is in early access, so I tried to find negative reviews and
OMG. Wow.
The people are complaining about the game being not finished. Really, they bought an early access game and then they wrote negative comment that the game isn't finished. Dude, What have you expected? Remember when I was talking about the people living near the volcano? It would be the same mentality to complain about volcano eruption if you chose by yourself to live nearby. So people chose to spend their monies on the unfinished game, and then they complain about it being unfinished. That is the end of the first part. There will be plenty more games in the second part, do not miss it. And now I just want to remind you to check on my sponsor, you'll be really surprised by the prices they offer, and also, subscribing is strongly recommended. Have a nice day, bye.
Less talking, more drinking.